All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? I know I've been gone for a long time. It's been about a month since my last video, but yeah, this month's been insane for me. I moved. I got a new job. Been going crazy with my bands lately. Been recording and writing and playing, and in addition to recording other people's bands also. So I've just been crazy busy. Haven't had a moment to sit down. So now that I am, I got to get back to, talking about records and music because that's what I love doing. So, I want to get back into the VC, and it's something that I love to do. So this is my introduction back in. Anyway, got a few things to talk about in this video. A few new things, something I'm really excited about I got in the mail. It's really cool. All right, so I'll start out here. First thing I'll show you here is good copy of The King of Limbs by Radiohead. This is their latest album, their latest full length, and it's actually only 8 songs. I love every song on this album. I recently just saw them in Dallas. Actually, that was just last week. Great show. It's the second time I've seen them, and incredible, man. They put on an awesome live show. Never been disappointed by them. But anyway, and I wasn't disappointed by this album. It did have to grow on me. It took time, which a lot of their music does, and a lot of music does in general to me. Some of my favorite things, I didn't even really particularly care for too much at first. It takes time. It takes multiple listens. So anyway, this is a good example of that, but such a great album. Really different from a lot of their other stuff. It is along the same lines of stuff they were doing with, Kid A, Amnesiac, Hail to the Thief, In Rainbows, like that whole block. It does kind of fit in with that stuff, but it's a little more experimental and a little more, I don't know really how to describe it. It's definitely more experimental and a little more jazzy, kind of. And they do experiment with electronics, but it's still guitar music too. I mean, every song has guitar in it. So, but they're a great band, and man, watching them perform the songs off of this album live was incredible. So anyway, when they released this album, they released a newspaper edition called the Universal Sigh, which I didn't get. I just went ahead and got the regular release. But the Universal Sigh was, they called it the newspaper edition, and it had all these poems and original art and a bunch of other stuff. But, it seemed like a cool idea, but I was just in it for the music, so I just went ahead and got this on its own. And there's a From the Basement Blu-ray that just came out, which if you're a fan, I'm sure you've heard of and probably already watched, which is great, and they play all the material off of this album, including some other stuff too, some unreleased stuff, including the song Staircase, which is one of their best songs, I think, in a long time. I love it. I think it's great. But yeah, it's a new sound that they're going for, and I dig it. I mean, I'm really into the band, so I pretty much like everything they come out with. They released this album a little bit differently. They didn't do it like they did with In Rainbows when they did the Name Your Price thing, where they asked everybody what the price of the album should be, and it ended up being around $11, I believe, and they released it worldwide at a price of $11. It wasn't, any more expensive than that anywhere they sold it. So I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, it's a great album. If you haven't heard it, check it out, especially if you're a Radiohead fan. So moving on here. This is the one I was kind of excited about getting. Alright, so if you watch any of my other videos, I'm a big Led Zeppelin fan. So I found this online and I went ahead and got it. It's the Taiwanese Led Zeppelin 1 release. It's still in the shrink wrap. But anyway, it's got the pink letters, and it's a photo negative. Here, see if I can show you here. Like the Zeppelin is white instead of black, and the background's black instead of white. It's pretty cool. I'll show you the original cover, which I have orange here. But as you can see, the background's white, and the Zeppelin is black. So it's just a negative of the original. Really cool. nothing different sound-wise. It pretty much sounds the same, and same track list and everything, same order. So not much different, but it's cool to have. I mean, one day I want to have all the colors. I think there's red, orange, yellow, and then there's a turquoise one that's really expensive. And I'd love to have that, but it just costs a little bit too much money. So anyway, that's cool. Classic album, so I was really into finding that. That was awesome. So anyway, up next is Don't Tell a Soul by The Replacements. This is a later album of theirs. I think this was after Pleased to Meet Me. I think it's great. It's a little more poppy, and it's got that it's polished. I mean, it's overproduced, but it's great. I mean, I love everything that they've released pretty much, so I was glad to find this. Paul Westerberg, their singer and songwriter. He's one of my favorite singers. I love his voice so much. And speaking of his voice, this song I'm listening to right now is called Candy, and it's by the band The Men. This album just came out a couple weeks ago, and this album is heavily influenced by The Replacements, from what I hear. And a couple songs off of here remind me of the Replacements songs, this one especially. So anyway, I'm a big Replacements fan. A lot of their shit's really hard to find on vinyl, so I'm working towards that. All the copies that I've seen of Let It Be are really expensive or in really bad condition. So anyway, this is a really good condition copy of this. So, and I enjoy it. I love listening to it. It's got Aching to Be on it, which is a great song. One of their best, I think. So anyway, yeah, Replacements. Check it out. All right, so the last thing I'll show you in this video is something that I was talking about that I had to get because my first copy was in horrible condition, not only the cover but the record itself. So I went out and found this, and it is an original Sticky Fingers with the zipper still intact, as you can see there, which is really cool because that's hard to, well, I don't know if it's hard to find, but I've never seen it. None of my friends or anyone I know has ever had this with the zipper still intact. It's always torn off and open because they've got the underwear picture inside. So anyway, it's still functional. There we go. Still functional, still zips, which is pretty cool. And I mean, what else can be said about this album that hadn't been said? It's a great classic, you know. Stones, any Stones fan, I'm sure would love to have this with the zipper still intact. But yeah, for some reason I just get on a Sticky Fingers kick every once in a while. I was on an Exile on Main Street kick the last couple weeks, and today actually I just put this on and listened to the whole thing, and I just found myself, you know, starting it over and actually listened to Dead Flowers like 6 times in a row. So I love that song so much. I really love everything about this album. It's very, it's got the perfect amount of ups and downs, and you know, the high moments, and then like the really low kind of downer moments, like Sister Morphine, of course. So it's a classic album. Well, that's really all the new stuff that I have to show you in this video. I'm gonna make a couple of videos of some more of my collection, stuff that I've went and gone and picked up since I've completely moved now, and I have all my stuff with me now, so I'm gonna make a couple more of those collection videos. So anyway, it's glad to be back, you know, and expect more videos more frequently now that I'm set and I'm where I need to be. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon. All right.